2, 1.
And welcome back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 146. And joining me this week, we got Bruno and we got the Tuzen.
Hello.
Yep. So, 100 episodes ago, before I lose my track like last week,
I forget that we even do this
every week.
time.
It's been like 10 weeks now.
I
It has
know,
been
and I
months.
forget every time.
So, where were you, Dit? Where were you?
Ooh.
Where was Dit?
Where was
episodes ago?
the Tuzen?
Apparently
We
you
were
weren't around.
I have a
Apparently
guess.
Were we still in school? We were still in school, right?
You would have had to been.
Oh, my guess is invalid.
You were graduated in 2019, were you?
I did graduate. No, I graduated late 2019.
March. This was March.
Oh no, 2019. Was I in Tennessee?
That was
No,
my guess.
what?
Yeah, March. I would have been in Tennessee.
That was my guess.
Or
That
I didn't
training
have a
trip.
computer. Or I didn't have a computer or internet at the time.
When did you graduate?
December.
2018?
I went a year and a half, or I went a half year over.
Yeah.
So I would have graduated December 2018. So yeah, I would have been working with IBM, and I probably was in Tennessee. That, or I just didn't have internet at my apartment yet.
Where did you live your senior year? Where were you?
I lived in the building across from the freshman only building. The newest until that point.
Fez?
No.
No, Rice.
Rice, yeah. It was
Who'd you-
my second year living in Rice.
Who did you live with?
No, that was my third year living in Rice. I lived with Noah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Don't ask me how I remember this. I can't remember what color shirt I wore yesterday.
I could not remember where you lived that one half a semester. Or half a year, not half a semester. Man, your boy got his stimmy, and he's so stimulated. It is good feeling.
And your parents got the money for you being a dependent.
Yeah, we could fucking rob the government.
Or watch your parents get slapped with a huge negative on their tax return.
Well, maybe, but I don't think so.
Did you get another one or a new one or what? Or
So I
just your
got
tax return?
I got my $1,200 plus
Okay.
600
Mm-hmm.
for 1,800 for the stimmy.
Oh,
Because he
because
was
you didn't
technically
get it right
dependent.
away. I understand.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I get stimmies now because I'm adult dependent or
Gotcha.
I'm an
An
adult
adult
independent
dependent.
Yeah.
independent adult. Plus,
Yeah.
plus I got a ton. I maxed out on student loan payment or student loan interest repayment amounts.
Yeah. So
That's a lot of money.
So you have good tax returns.
Yeah, we probably, Mel and I are both throwing ours and stuff, so we're probably gonna get like halfway to a down payment on a house.
Sweet.
Nice.
As long as it's like 10 to 20% they want, so we'll be able to get roughly there.
Nice.
Probably next year. Next year at this time, it'll be house hunting. Fun.
When does your lease run out?
I don't think we're in a year lease per se,
Okay.
but as long as we give them like 60 days, we can get out. Like we
Okay,
didn't
well,
agree
that's
to
not bad.
pay X number of
Yeah.
dollars over
I got you.
12 months.
I gotcha. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we can just leave whenever, really.
Sweet.
And I'm gonna have to hire contractor Bruno to redo the bathroom.
Jesus Christ, no. Please, dear God. I don't want to do that again.
Then we gotta go start scoping out plots of land for Nick and Bruno's gun store.
There you go.
Or you can buy a house right across the street from Bruno.
Nah, fuck that. The commute would be
Just think
ass.
Bruno could plow your driveway for you and push the snow over to his and have a giant pile.
I already have a giant pile.
Double the size.
Man, so yeah, no.
Make it last till next winter.
If I was gonna make Bruno buy a plot of land, we'd look in like Schuylkill County where there's just nothing.
I thought
Some
Schuylkill was
pennies.
trash.
Exactly.
That's
Yes.
why. Hello, welcome to the podcast.
So
and
why would you want to live? Why would you
our
want to
thought
live
process.
there?
Because it's cheap and we can shoot shit there. I think that was the
Everything.
goal.
Like, I never associate anything good with Schuylkill County.
Exactly. We buy
Yes. Hello.
big plot of land for no monies, and we can shoot shit there. And do you know this plan? Did
You're gonna make your custom gun shop so you can get fully auto Glocks.
we
Yeah.
don't need a that, and I think there's such a market for Hitchcock 45 range that we could
Yeah.
charge out the boatload of just a hill of targets people can come to shoot at.
Don't know what Hitchcock 45 is.
I'll get you an image.
He's
It's
probably
just an open field.
No. It's probably like the guy for gun reviews on YouTube. Like I think he's
Yeah.
cornered. I mean, there are other
So
guys.
it's not a thing. It's like a person.
It's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's a guy that somehow
Oh,
like
so you just shoot random crap out in backwoods.
Well, it's not random crap, but yes, it's like he's got this hill thing going on where there's elevation changes and
Yeah, but
you've
it's
got
not
like the big metal targets and the gong and the
it's all just random stuff. You know what I mean? Like
he got
yeah.
targets, he
It's
got
not
distances,
uniform.
he got shapes,
Correct.
he got like spinny things. Like
it's a playground but for guns.
Exactly.
and if people are gonna want to like, you can go to a range and shoot like straight, which is like 90% of what's out there, or you could come to like our range.
We'd have like dueling trees and big gongs.
Dueling.
Yeah.
10 paces each way. Turn.
No,
and
no, no.
fire. You said dueling.
Yeah, dueling tree. They make them.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
start with
uh,
like 10 people at the bottom of the bracket and you'll work your way up.
So it's these things, right? As you shoot them, they flop over to the other side. So your goal is to get no targets on your side of the tree.
Just shoot
So
the
that-
other person and then you can win.
Strategy.
That
We're
is a
gonna have a lot of
strategy.
paperwork. We're gonna have a lot of paperwork to fill out.
Yeah, don't want that.
Yeah, so
I feel like your fully auto Glock cheats with that.
I
Well, no,
guarantee
it
it
doesn't.
would probably be worse.
It wouldn't cheat Bruno and I because we'd be the one renting it to them for 50, 60 bucks of a half an hour.
And
Like-
the ammo to put in it.
You know, 50/60 isn't that expensive. I had to call up a printer company today. They wanted to charge $150 for someone to go out for an hour of work.
You
I
know,
paid what?
a Glock
Sorry.
like that costs about $600 after you get all the prerequisite paperwork.
Okay, so yeah, so if you use if you can rent it out for an hour a day for 2 weeks, you make a profit.
Yes.
Yes.
$50.
Yes.
Plus the range time, plus the
Plus
ammo,
the ammo.
plus like
All right, so you're looking at like $100
plus
for an
the
hour of
cleaning
shooting.
fee. Yeah, gotta get them with the fees, Bruno. The fees.
All the fees.
I want a full auto deagle.
They don't make them
They don't.
because
Why
it's the
not?
stupidest.
Because it's not good.
You start pointing really low, and you just gotta hold your arm down as it's pulling up.
Okay. There's like many problems with this, right?
Everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, what kind of magazine do you put in it?
Drum.
Who makes that?
We will.
I mean, I guess you could
What?
3D print one.
It only has to be single use, Bruno.
I will give it to him there, Bruno.
I want a 50
I doubt you
rounds
couldn't not
drum.
to figure out how to make a 3D.
God,
printed one.
I
50
probably
rounds,
could,
yeah.
but it would take me like a month of work to do that, probably.
Think how fun it would be.
Can your printer do like pretty tough materials, or do you not like have a hot enough tip for like?
If I
The-
built an enclosure, I could probably do ABS, which would be pretty stout. But
You
I've
don't want to
never
breed
done it.
that in?
No, it needs to be heated.
Oh, I thought it was the stuff that like put off fumes.
No, I
It
know,
does
like,
that too, but it's a heat thing.
yeah, I know that's when you get into like the tough stuff. The open air
Yeah,
printers, like Bruno has, just can't. They just can't get hot enough to
it's
melt
just
it.
the bed and the my extruder to like the hot end are fine for it. Like I can
Mhm.
do it. It's just to get a good print, you really need to have a heated enclosure.
All right,
They
so we
just
can do
like printing hot.
Is
we'll do
your
50
bed heated?
round, fully auto
Yeah.
deagle with a
Mhm.
silencer on it.
See, we could get one easily with a silencer. Not that they exist, but we don't have a tax stamp. Or we get the tax, we can stamp our
You're
own
gonna be
stuff.
stealthy with your
I don't
50
know.
round drum mag on the bottom and a silencer on the
Either
tip.
we don't need the tax stamp, or we get a stamp. We get the stamper. One of
Hey,
the two is.
You don't even need concealed carry for it because there's no way to conceal it.
We can open carry in PA. I thought.
Yeah, you can at 18, actually.
So yeah, why conceal when you can just carry?
To get the jump on people.
I mean, I don't think someone. I think you're better on
Haven't
like.
you seen those people with the concealed shotgun things?
Yeah,
Why conceal a shotgun?
because I don't know.
The people
Mall
who
ninja,
conceal shotguns like in their pant legs. You know what
mall
I'm talking
ninja
about, right?
shit,
No, you've seen those, haven't you? Like the shotgun.
Yes, I've
mall
seen them.
ninja shit,
Like why would you conceal a shotgun in your pants?
mall ninja shit is how I'm just gonna respond to that. That is like,
No, it's like TV infomercial stuff.
yeah, mall ninja shit. Like going
No,
to a.
mall ninja shit to me is stuff that you don't ever see a commercial for. You just see like people walk around randomly with it, or it's in one of the center kiosks in a mall.
Yeah, that's like shit that would have a purpose if we were like back in the Middle Ages or like some weird time, just not in any realistic like at all. Like just no.
Speaking of Middle Ages, I was watching videos on how flexible knight armor actually is.
Not?
No, how it is.
I
You
mean,
can
they
do
put a lot of work into making it flexible.
you can do full on sprints, you can roll around on the ground and stuff.
I thought jousting armor was pretty tough because they didn't want you to fucking move because you were just like
Well,
bam.
you're sitting on a horse.
Like that's like, all right, let's run at each other on horses and poke each other with big tree trunks, and see who wins. It
That
seems.
sounds like it hurts.
Oh yeah, it sure
Yeah.
does.
But they were showing like knight armor and like how swords, how they're like knight armor is really strong against slashing, just not piercing. Like
Yeah,
it's
because
really hard to
Yes.
slash
Yes.
medieval knight armor.
medieval swords weren't about like cutting; they're about just hacking. The Middle Ages was hacking little slash, not like slice. That was like Japanese katanas slashing or
Yes.
cutting. Sorry.
Yes. I feel like those swords are more like axes than they are knives. Like if I had to put a relation chart, I'm thinking it leaning towards axes.
Well, they were fucking straight axes.
I think the only benefit an axe has is that since it's a smaller head, you get more momentum into your swing compared
I
to
mean,
like a heavy ass sword.
yeah, but you need a heavy ass axe to like. Axes are heavy and they require just swinging, and you can't like.
You just drop
Par-
it down. Like with the sword, I feel like because
yeah,
of
but
how
if you're fighting at
versatile it is,
range,
it's weaker in every aspect.
I mean, I feel like the sword was the best overall weapon, and that's why we saw it. I feel like for some reason axes just weren't as good, for some reason or
I
another.
feel
Or
like the sword it just makes it a lot larger of a hit area.
It's versatile too. Like you can't stab someone with an axe,
Yeah.
but if you had to stab someone with a sword, you could do that and then slash. And like I don't know how much parrying was an actual thing back in the day, but I think it's a lot easier to like deflect someone's sword with your sword instead of an axe with
Yeah,
an
you
axe.
get the whole blocking part of it, and you're not blocking with a handle. And
Man, it would have been
Axes don't have hilts, I think, as well, which was a big thing.
interesting. It'd be interesting. Like we see all these like movies and TV shows that have like medieval battles, but like that was shit that kind of happened. Like
it more than
What do you
kind
mean,
of happened. It
kind
absolutely
of?
happened. Yeah,
I don't know. I never saw it, so I can't tell. I can neither confirm or
yeah.
deny it.
They're as fake as the moon landing.
Maybe. But like some dudes, some of our ancestors were like, yeah, fuck those guys over there. Let's go get
I
our
want
swords, our
that
bows.
tree.
I want that to be mine, and I'm gonna take it.
I don't
Man.
even think there was a I want. It's just that's mine now.
Man, I watched that movie 300. That was just 300 real dudes that just kind of stood there, kind of like defending that shit. Like, man,
What a
Imagine how
time!
much it would suck not having AC or heat.
Texas,
Too
Texas,
soon.
Texas.
Tejas.
What they get for
So,
wanting their own power grid.
Texans, when their guns can't shoot the cold. What in tarnation?
man, so get into your shit we were talking about before we were podcasting, because it always happens like this.
What stuff?
The stuff that you wanted to talk about, and we
Oh,
physically stopped you from talking about.
my chicken I forgot to put in the crock pot.
Sure.
Or
What'd
the
you do?
type of
Forget to
chicken?
turn it on?
Yeah.
What type of chicken?
Asian.
What's it marinating in?
Stir
Straight
fry
soy
sauce.
Straight soy sauce.
Stir fry sauce.
Just a big
What's in with the
old.
chicken?
Stir fry sauce.
Or just chicken? Okay.
It's in a crock pot.
Any
It's chicken
veggies?
tacos we're making here. So.
Okay. Well, like that's what I'm trying to understand. I was figuring it was a crock pot full of stuff, not just
Whoa,
chicken.
what? Whoa, you're fucking making tacos with this shit? What?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
gonna
it
be
was.
for tomorrow.
What is this Asian
I feel
Mexican fusion
jebaited.
What do you mean?
mixed
You're
with a
all here
crock pot?
assuming stuff.
That's like throwing
I'm
some
not
like
assuming
grilled-
anything. I hear chicken tacos. I thought this was dinner tonight.
No, because I forgot to start the crock pot. I thought I did. Apparently I didn't. So it marinated for a few hours at room temp.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
actually, the crock pot was colder than room temp, actually. So I think
Yeah,
it's
because
fine.
was the chicken frozen or
Cold.
thawed?
It was
Yeah.
thawed.
Well, there you go. It was cold.
Oh, I did splash a little bit of soy sauce.
Hmm.
All right. Other topic. What do you got?
Oh,
Wait, I feel like I had more to that topic to add.
Okay,
'cause
go
I was
for
like-
it. Chicken. Send it.
I was-
What's up?
Well, I had one subtopic off. I have a couple subtopics. I forget the one. We'll circle back. So last Friday. You know what last Friday was?
do I?
Do I?
Fish Fry Friday.
Okay, fish
First-
fry. Okay.
The first of many to
I don't
come.
do Lent, so
I don't do Lent either. I just enjoy a goddamn fish fry. Especially on a Friday. There's
Sounds
something
like a great
about
place. Great
something
time.
about a fried up fish with some French fries. Yes.
Are we talking like English style fish fry?
I don't care what's as long as the fish is
okay.
fried.
Was it battered or breaded?
No, fuck it. That's not fried. Breaded is not fried. That is some like.
I'm
baked
just double
shit.
checking. I'm double checking here.
This is
fish
battered
words.
fried
Yeah.
chicken
Fish.
with the. I mean, they don't have to have fries, but I do enjoy when a fish fry has fries.
It sounds
mean
like it would make it
chips?
better. Absolutely.
I'm not into Lent,
Chips.
but I sure as hell won't take down a fish fry. So it was Friday, and I wanted to go get a fish fry, so I found one right by my house at a church. Churches make good shit.
They do usually.
I waited an hour for
Holy
goddamn
shit.
fish fry.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Man, it was an hour of my life I sat in my car. And it wasn't even it was the older car, so, like, everything was a little like, the seats were a lot harder, like, I didn't
It
have as
was a
many
shit
amenities.
car. Yeah.
No, it's not a shit car. It's just
No,
less
but
nice car.
compared to the other one, it's
Yes. So, yeah, man, so upset. Just sat there, doing nothing in a parking lot. Couldn't go like, I forget the other subtopic I had based on food, but I feel like it wasn't dinner tonight, 'cause it was nacho night. It wasn't dinner yesterday. I'll have to think about it. Okay, you can get into your other shit.
D&D.
Yes.
You were
yeah.
going on a rant and you made us stop. Oh, I guess so everyone knows. Should I say it or should I not?
What?
This is
What?
your topic here.
Oh,
I don't know what you want to say or not say. I don't even know.
we may possibly somewhat eventually do a D&D thing. Not
Okay.
on the podcast, but live streamed possibly maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I try and stream fun things. I know you would too, probably.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm trying to practice my voice acting. I will be DMing. Bruno will be a Bruno. Nick will be a Falbert. We might have an Eric as an Eric, and we might have a Fee as a dwarf.
so as I was getting to before the podcast, when Bruno already knew I was gonna have Falbert. So I've devised this whole character, Falbert, who I've done a wizard a lot, but I've kind of just I've flushed out this character pretty hard. So everyone has their D&D characters and they all die, and they have to come back and make a new one. Some people like a whole new character. They don't want anything to do with the old characters. They just want them to die and be dead. But not me. I like Falbert. Falbert or Falbet, depending on the gender of which you choose. As in you, as in me. It's my character. So I've turned Falbet into a Gandalf character. So Falbert the wizard may die, to only be returned as Falbert the hunter, or Falbert the ranger, or or Falbert the warrior. But there's always things that like stay true, and he's always like an old dude. He's also like always kind of shit at stuff. So it'd be like
There
Falbert
was a
the
foul
war.
bet, I just want to say. At one point.
Yeah, that's the female version.
No, I'm saying it's not always an old dude. There was the foul
Okay,
Old, but-
sure.
Old dude
Old.
or like some like kind of like she becomes a chick. I don't want an old chick. So like
Yeah, I was
middle
gonna
age.
say, I think you're pretty weeaboo about it.
Like middle age. Middle age in the Middle Ages, so like 28. But like
Okay.
maybe one day if I die as Falbert the Wizard, I'll come back as Falbert the Warrior. Like
I support it. I like it.
With the same accent.
always. It was Gandalf was the Gandalf the Grey, and he was just like, "Oh, I have a white cloak now, guys. I'm white and Gandalf the White." That's what I want to take my character as. I don't
And
even
we
know what Bruno. I don't even
and
know what Bruno's got cooking in his mind.
I don't know yet either.
we possibly have Eric going as a dragonborn wizard. And the dragonborn excel at having strength over intellect. So we'll see how that goes.
You know, I watched a show recently. Maybe I'll take a page out of this show, right? So I
You're
watched
gonna
a show.
die because you're so OP.
Speaking of OP, the show. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Nick, you mentioned this show to me one day.
Yeah.
I watched the show.
Hmm.
It's a great show.
Is it?
It is.
I feel like you're adopting my style of anime that I like.
Somewhat.
I feel like
I
you
don't
got
think
into this category of style, and you're like, yeah, this is pretty good.
I think so. Yeah.
I saw an ad for an anime called like I killed slimes until I was max level.
That's
Yep. That one's on the list now. I saw that ad too. But anyways, this show. I want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Great show. Hilarious show to me. I think you too would also like it.
I'm watching the newest season of My Hero.
Are you?
Yeah. That's
Is
You
it
why.
gotta
out already?
No, the
no
last newest season.
next season of anime we get a new season of that.
That's why I've been disappearing. I just can't stand like trying to listen to either Tarkov or.
I figured it was something like that.
And then I'm
But
like, I
anyways,
can deafen myself, or I could just like lay down and watch it, and then I just
Yeah.
fall asleep.
this show, chick, simple mindset. It's a virtual reality game thing, you know, like get teleported into the game kind of. Anyway,
That's such a trope. Like it's
it
like a
is.
huge trope
Well,
in
it's
anime.
from Sword Art. That's what they're all taken from. I'm pretty sure.
But like whether it would be this or like Konosuba, how it's like, hey, you died and get reincarnated, or like any of the other shows, like that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's all the same kind of thing. But she goes in with the mindset of, I don't want to get hurt. I get 100 points, I'm going to put them all in defense. And then just becomes the most OP shit that you would ever see. Good shot. Maybe I'll do something like that. Something stupid. I don't know. I
I
gotta figure it
am
out.
expecting us to not have a healer, so I'm just gonna have everyone's rations include like an extra health potion or two.
What are you talking about, Falbert?
I don't think Falbert can heal as a wizard, Nick.
Wait till Falbert comes back as Falbert the healer. Fucking, he'll be sawing off legs. Like, oh yeah.
Your leg's broken? Here, I'll find you a new one real quick.
Falbert, why do you have a bone saw in your bag?
Gonna cut off his leg. It's the only way. He lost an arm. We'll replace it with his leg. It's the shit you expect.
While I'm on the topic of shows, I watched another show.
What show'd you watch?
I watched Yuru Camp, or Laid Back
Oh,
Camp.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
That is the most goddamn relaxing show I've ever seen. It like, whoever did the music did a really good job. It was like this just zen show. I don't know how else to explain. It's just people going camping. That's about it. Good show though. There's a new season of that coming out right now too.
Oh, I forgot. I'm looking at my old sheet for Falbert. I forgot he's a functional alcoholic. I forgot I made that trait.
I completely forgot about that.
Oh, and then one of his treasures is just the endless flask to keep up his functioning alcoholism.
Was this from what we did years ago, or did you
Yeah.
actually make like a separate D&D?
Yeah, always added to it.
Both.
Yeah.
He has stuff from then, but has made more. I think.
Yes.
Just always at the ready.
Yeah. So just be aware that I have an endless flask of drinking.
Yeah,
That
I okayed that one back when we did it.
I'll have to see if it fits the story.
What do you mean? It fits the character. What does it matter?
I don't know if you have enough money to afford it.
It's my treasure listed on my page.
Do you get to pick your treasures?
I fucking gonna fill it out as if I can.
Nick's breaking the rules.
Not when you're making some
Breaking
backstory,
the rules. Breaking the rules.
No, but the thing tells you what you get.
Yeah, the thing can fucking eat a dick.
All right, I'll make it work. Nick just won't have any money.
What? It doesn't.
You gambled
It
it all
really
away
doesn't
because you're
do-
drunk.
Yeah, but it's a functioning. Like without it, then I don't function.
Exactly. That's my goal.
So it really does nothing to my character other than like
Every NPC is gonna go directly for Nick and just walk past everyone.
What's that difference from when I played like For the King?
I
Every
don't watch you
goddamn
guys play
NPC
For
goes
the
for
King.
me.
No,
Yeah.
this is gonna be like, let's say Fee's in the front line with like a dragon. I'm just gonna be like, the dragon gets tired of Fee. The dragon charges at Nick.
I
With
won't
natural
even
20 to attack Nick.
I
I don't
won't
think
even be
that's a
surprised.
surprise. I feel like every game that we ever play that has any sort of combat system, Nick just gets walloped for no reason whatsoever.
It's because I always have like high initiative. For some reason, I always do builds that I'm like first, and then like they like, oh, look at that guy with
Oh,
initiative.
you whack!
So, just so everyone knows that's listening, I'm in a separate D&D campaign as a druid. My initiative is god awful. I'm always second last to my group to attack, but I have the highest attack and health. So everyone's just like charging into battle, and I'm like, shit, I gotta change this. Shit, I gotta change this. Shit, I have to change this plan. Because if I cast any spells, they're all AoE. Or I have to shapeshift. But if I shapeshift, I can't cast a spell. It's a constant like struggle. Oh, and I
Mm.
roll a lot of natural ones. Like every perception check I've had has been less than a 5. So my character's just always been standing in the back, confused as to what's going on.
Sounds about right.
I feel like I had something, but I forgot it already. We're gonna have to create. We have to get. I miss Fee's little like big man, little man shit he had going on in the last D&D thing we did.
I'm fine
I
with
forgot about
homebrewed
that.
stuff. I just don't want like the flask is fine. I was kidding about that. I just don't want homebrewed spells and everything because that's gonna get really confusing for me.
I just want.
I don't think I'd be smart enough to make a spell like that. I don't have enough knowledge of it.
Well, that's the thing. I like if people try doing homebrew stuff, and it's like, oh, this accidentally breaks the entire game type stuff.
Yeah.
Would be, oh. That's why I kind of want like
How do you
I'm
have
okay with
multiple
like
classes?
flavor
what I-
stuff. I multi-classing. I don't even fully understand. The
Like,
Google
but
sheet we have supports it. I just don't know what all it entails.
like I didn't know if I should be looking for like subclass. Like I saw Berserker Barbarian. Like
You will. Everyone gets a subclass at level 3. Besides clerics, they get theirs at level 1, and druids get theirs at level 2.
okay, so if I start off as like a level 1 wizard, I'm just a wizard.
Yes. Here I'll pull up the sheet. Stall somebody.
Um,
Do.
Man,
I
doing
I
this
made.
shit by hand back in the day must have been asinine.
Oh yeah. I mean, I bet people do it by hand all the time still.
Yeah, but now it's so like, here's your book and you can filter and search and like.
So,
Yeah.
Nick, are you gonna be a sorcerer, a warlock, or a wizard?
I think wizard.
I'll put in podcast text just in
You're a
case Bruno wants
wizard,
to show it.
Harry.
That's all the subclasses of wizard that the sheet supports.
What? Blade singer? That's not.
What
That's not
the
Falbert.
fuck is all this?
Aberration? It's not Falbert. Conjuration? It's not Falbert. Divination? Divinate?
That's not Albert.
Divination?
Enchantment? Nah. Evocation? Nah. What is which is there like an element one? I feel like elements is just gonna be like
Elements belong to druids, I'm pretty sure, and warlock and sorcerer.
what's
So
evocation then?
no, I think elements are only really like druid things.
Evocation. What's war magic? Falbert's gonna fuck some shit up, I guess. He must like sword of bigness. And why is there so much shit?
Or you might get others. I don't know. Like I have to. No one in my group's doing a wizard because apparently a wizard is a pain in the ass to play.
So I'm Falbert. Then you sent me this handbook that's like 300 pages long.
Well, if you know what you want, go to the Roll20 and just search it.
What?
So like, go to the Roll20 link and just search War Magic.
Oh, I know you can do that. I just like yes.
Nothing there.
The fact that I have to like click and do things is what's killing it for me.
Just
You have
imagine
to
if you
remember,
were flipping through book pages and writing it down
some
on
of those
paper.
are not 5e in that list, I think.
What? D&D 5e player's handbook?
No, the player's handbook is, but in that Google sheet, some of them are not 5e, I think.
Enchantment. Oh wait, what? School of your focus on say creates powerful elemental effects. Evocations is elements.
Well, there you go.
Bitter cold, searing flame, rolling thunder, crackling lightning, burning acid. Oh fucking burning acid. Yeah. Man, I just think back to whatever that game Divinity where Dit was just the thief that stole everything because he maxed out his thieving.
Yeah, that was so much fun, and we did save a lot.
Yeah, we all didn't you get into a lot of trouble too?
Well, that's
Yeah.
because like the game would be buggy, and someone 18 feet away would turn slightly and be like, "Hey, you, stop stealing!"
No, because
Because
Dit
I'd
would
just
need
be
to
stealing like
stand.
a pumpkin, and they'd be like, "Don't do that."
Dit would literally go up to like the merchants and steal everything that was good, and then we can never enter that town again because we all were wearing their stolen goods around.
Hey, you guys need new pants? Here's some pants. I just wouldn't wear the stuff I stole.
Yeah, and then we would put it on and get in trouble.
Eh, it's fine.
Um. Yeah. So be prepared for that, people. Maybe you'll hear Valbert's voice one day, as Falbert the wizard will return.
I
After
look
that, I don't know
forward
what
to it.
Falbert is. I feel like Falbert's. I feel like I have to go to like. What's another fun thing to do if Falbert dies?
Oh, we can reincarnate you as whatever we choose to.
So Falbert the bard.
I was thinking more as a pumpkin or a tomato.
Falbert the bard, where he'll looty toot toot, motherfucker.
I'm gonna require you to sing a song for all spellcasts as a bard.
Falbert's gonna fuck you up.
I don't know. I'm excited. I gotta get the story fully fleshed out for adventures, but I have the end goal. We may or may not be killing anything big, threatening. We may just be exploring and like retrieving goods for this first adventure.
I'm gonna kill the goods.
Oh, are you? I
So,
toned the story back from what I was originally thinking because I think I was going over my own head.
so to hop topics.
It's so ugly.
Man, the
I saw
UPSs
one of
are
these things. It looks.
USPS is getting some new vans.
What's the thought
Trucks.
process?
I think their fleet is old as fuck, and they have a ton of miles, so they have to upgrade them.
No, but what's the thought process of being a bus?
Oh, like
The
I don't know. I
windshield
couldn't
and
tell
the
you.
front bumper. Like,
Couldn't tell you.
The windshield goes below their knees, it looks like.
I think it's because
I think it's just like the height thing. The bottom is a car, but they want the storage capacity of a box truck. So they just made the front a shit ton of windshield.
air conditioned, airbag, forward vision core, brake, sliding. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Because I think they have to be able to stand up in the cab to walk in the back.
Yeah.
Well, it says walk-in cargo area with cab access. Sensors, blind spot warnings, collision warnings.
I think the electric is good because of how much they start stop.
Thank God they have backup cameras.
Well, like the ones now get like absolute garbage mileage
Do you guys have postal people around you that just drive their own cars and not a
all the time.
USPS car?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that up here, but back home, that's all it was. It was just like
Yeah.
someone in their truck delivering everyone's mail.
Yep, which is terrifying because they're
Yeah.
driving from like the opposite side and like throwing a leg over of the center console.
Yeah, I never understood. Someone, yeah, where I used to live, they did it with a Jeep, but they were like literally like driving it from over here, and I didn't understand
Yep.
how they were pressing the gas and stuff.
You
'Cause I
just
don't
gotta
think,
throw a leg over that way, you know.
but the Jeep is it was a Grand Cherokee. It's really not designed for that at all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No.
Yes.
It was probably
Correct.
someone who worked there's car or they got it cheap somewhere. Like, I think that's something a lot of people don't understand is a lot of rural areas don't have USPS fleets like that. Like the people in the cities have.
We had both, depending on what if you were getting a package or not, though.
Yeah,
you were
same
getting
here.
Small packages were still in the truck. If it
Small,
was a
but like
big thing, it was in a
it's like these trucks
way.
would be reserved for like actual like deliveries of shipments. So
It
I
kind of
don't know.
sucked because they got if it was heavy, it went to them, which is kind of funny because that means just most of their stuff's just heavy packages.
Well, yeah. Fucking FedEx. I never want to have anything ever shipped by FedEx again.
I haven't had a FedEx package in a very long
Not
time.
a fan of FedEx.
'Cause they don't even ship their shit. They all just goddamn like,
Here, you send this.
yeah, you do this for me.
It takes up a whole day of shipment for it to travel to the USPS location.
I guess that's all about that. I feel like they're gonna be shorter than they look, but I think it's all an illusion.
It's the front bumper. That's really what's gonna mess it up, I think.
I think the front engine compartment is tiny, and the wheels are tiny, and we don't realize it.
It's gonna be like smooth.
I think they're gonna get awful gas mileage.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean,
I
it's a terrible use case. The
Like
stop
I
and
understand
start.
it's function over form with this 100%, but it just I don't even know how to describe it. Why have that much windshield is what I want to know.
'Cause you need it to be tall
Why not raise the engine compartment up though? Why have the windshield be that far down?
because I don't. I
Why
think it's just
not?
the empty space.
More engine room?
I think it's a small motor mixed with electric motors.
Yeah.
Like I think it was a 4-cylinder, just a small 4-cylinder for whenever you can't. It's done with electric.
I just feel like in the winter those things are gonna be chugging or a heavy rain.
Eh.
Like I'm not expecting them to be going 80 miles an hour down the highway.
But
It'll be
like
fine.
the ones now aren't like good.
No, they barely get up. They don't. I don't think they do
No,
get up to highway speed.
The thing I'm saying though is if you're redesigning something, why not make
But
it
I
good?
think it works for its use case. Like I think it is good for its use case.
I guess you just can't ever resell them when they're done. Like they're scrap from the day they're made, pretty
Well, yeah.
much.
The ones that they have now are already 30-some years old. You think they're going to try and resell them?
They're probably gonna try.
What do you mean? They have probably
Look at
literal
all
millions.
those old police cruisers they sell.
That's not the
Nah.
same. I would drive a Crown Vic. I would not drive an old shitty mail truck.
That
Yeah,
has,
but you're
like-
not buying a car for $400.
But the mail trucks are barely they're barely a vehicle. Like,
They're geared to stop all the time and go all the time.
Perfect city driving.
and
A city Uber Eats driver, or DoorDash, or Grubhub, or Postmates.
the Crown Vic was meant to get up to speed. Like it was the chase.
A
It was a
Crown Vic was an
car.
actual car.
Yeah.
And these mail trucks probably have to have like millions of miles on them. Like
I would hate to be the mechanic for them.
they're probably so easy to fix.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
but
they were
you're
made to do that.
constantly fixing. Is the
I don't
thing.
think so. I think they were built to withstand that shit. That's why they're still existing.
And you take whenever something breaks, you take that part out and put you just replace it. This is shit Dit might know more about than I do.
I don't like that acquisition.
I don't think
From
I've owned anything
a
HyperX.
consumer or business standpoint.
Consumer.
HyperX was
HP kind of makes things turn crap. Like, the way I see it is, it's going to be cool because that means HP will have HyperX RAM and SSDs, hopefully, and they're like pre-built, which would be good. They'll have Kingston memory in like their consumer products instead of off-brand Hynix OEM crap.
HyperX. That's my RAM, right? The RGB RAM.
You have G Skill, I'm pretty sure. I normally
Gotcha.
always recommend G Skill to people. G Skill or Crucial is what I recommend most of the time.
Then I don't think I have anything HyperX. Nor have
HyperX has gotten really big in the headphone market, which I think is why I'm pretty sure HP got them for their. Well, did they buy Kingston? No, Kingston's keeping all its own stuff, so they're literally buying just HyperX. They bought a gaming gear company, which honestly, I don't know how that's gonna go because HyperX is probably gonna be more expensive for SSDs and stuff because I don't know the deal or anything, but if Kingston charges a premium to HP to use their stuff instead of it being an in-house cost, I don't know what that's going to do. I don't like it. HyperX was making some decent headway on stuff, and now I feel like they're gonna just make a 180.
HP getting in that gaming world.
The
feel like they've
Omen
been
lineup
trying.
is Omen is so hit or miss. They either make something good or they make something complete garbage. Are you still using your Omen monitor, Nick, or did you replace
I
that?
am.
Yeah, like that was good. And the thing is, I think the Omen monitors that came out 2 years ago were hot garbage. The Omen laptops from last year were okay. The ones coming out this year apparently are using super cheapy parts, and they're hitting such a low price point. It's questionable. Reviews aren't out yet. But their Omen laptops from years ago were bad.
Yeah, this was a refurb
Or no,
monitor
it
too.
might not even be Omen. I don't know what all HyperX. Oh no, Omen is HP, so HyperX is going to become Omen. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're bringing HyperX into the Omen family. I'm stupid. I don't like it.
You know what I miss? I miss when Alienware wasn't like what it is now, and
Yeah.
like your YouTuber you watch had an Alienware background because he had an Alienware computer, and you're like, oh shit, this guy's fucking.
Oh shit, he
legit.
mean business.
Side note,
Oh
Yeah.
man, I don't know if they were good, but I was always under the illusion that they were good.
Who is?
Alienware?
Alienware used to be really good. They got bought up by Dell, got really expensive.
Yeah.
Now they're back to just being normal with a slight premium because Dell is putting premium products into it. It's not like it was before. But I reread this article real fast. HP's only buying the accessories of HyperX. So mice, keyboards, headsets. That's it.
Well, this is all that HyperX was.
No, they had SSDs and RAM, but that was based off Kingston. And Kingston made consumer, HyperX made enthusiast. But they're
Hmm.
keeping that. So it's going to be a weird thing where HyperX is going to be two separate companies kind of now.
I mean, I feel like Xbox needs a good headset line.
I don't
Stuff.
think Microsoft really wants to sell their own accessories. Just charge royalties for everyone to make it for them, like Apple does.
Eh,
Like, yeah, Apple makes their own stuff now, but look how much stuff they let other people make just so they can charge a royalty.
Quite a few.
Man, I remember my Turtle Beaches were the shit.
Again, it used to be a really good company. I think Turtle Beach got bought out, I want to say 7 years ago.
I don't remember.
I don't remember for sure.
I would assume someone did.
That was fancy though. I had the wireless Turtle Beaches. Oh, those things were nice. Well, wireless to a degree. They still had to like hook up to the controller.
Oh no, Turtle Beach bought out Rocat last year. Turtle Beach, I guess, was never bought out. Turtle Beach just kind of fell apart, I guess. Sorry, you can go.
I think they were just good and then they just stopped. Like, they had something and then kind of everyone caught up and they never.
They were cheap.
They were cheap, decent headsets.
Well,
That
they
was
were
the
whole
thing
like,
was-
oh, you could control the volume and you could hear better. Like, the whole stick was you could like.
Back in
They made
Windows
you-
7 when the stuff was a pain to do anything.
I think they were more in the console market than anything.
I mean, Eric has his Turtle Beaches. That's how we got.
Yeah, but Eric was in the console game for a long time.
Well, that's how he earned Recon and then he like.
Yeah.
We all started worshiping him. Remember?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Have you
Okay,
seen the
just making
montage?
sure.
Man, it's crazy.
Nick,
Man,
we're
that
gonna play that
montage.
at your wedding. I hope you know.
He can do whatever he wants. I never want to watch that. I'm about ready to report that for like bullying.
No,
and
we're
get that
gonna
banned.
get like the DJ to just play the audio from it.
Bruno, how much would you laugh if we got Eric's montage banned on YouTube for copyright?
I want to just, like, I have a better idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just made this pie hole, which is an ad block. That's
Mm-hmm.
a software ad block for the whole network. What if I just blacklisted his or his YouTube link,
So it never works.
so it just doesn't work?
I love it.
I might try to do that. See if it
Surprised
works.
your pie hole's working.
Yeah. That makes two of us.
I'm waiting for the day you don't got internet anymore.
Yeah, like I don't have a backup DNS either. I put my secondary DNS as a loopback address. Just so it didn't go to anything.
No.
But don't
what'd you put
Bruno
in?
me. I'm expecting it to stop working someday.
Oh my.
What address did you use as your backup?
Himself.
Loopback.
Oh, okay, just your IP address.
He did home.
127.001.
Okay.
Yeah, he did home.
I was making sure I understood what you were doing there, because that's just.
It didn't let me leave it blank, so I just put that in.
It's gonna send a request saying, "Hey, is this okay?" And then it's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, I
What?
just got a request. Hold on a second. Is this okay? Oh, hold on. Let me ask. Is this okay? Oh, hold on. Let me ask. Is this okay?" And it's just
What's
gonna
the
do
worst that could happen?
You have to remember every IP address for every website ever.
No, I just put Google's DNS into my DNS record.
Nick, you joke. We have a client that has a deny all policy. and we have to manually put in any new websites they want. And if it has an embedded video for like training, we have to then go through and whitelist like 5 different websites because it pulls different like assets and stuff from all of them.
Man, so know before the whole like
Yes,
phishing
the
thing?
spam emails, dude. People report them, and it's just like someone's like, "Why did I get 5 spam emails in the past like 2 weeks?" Blah 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 blah. You need to fix this, and I'm like, uh huh, I will. Okay, and they throw such a hissy fit. I'm
Well,
not allowed to tell them that it's a test, but they want me to like physically go to wherever the emails are coming from and tell them to stop. And I'm
don't
like,
you
uh
have
huh.
the don't you have the button?
Hmm?
If you enable and use the fish alert button, then if it's a simulated email, it just says good job, you passed. If it's a real one, that actually reports it.
Oh, no, they haven't known about this, and we've been having it run for, like, a year now.
Yeah,
They're not ever gonna know that it's going on.
gotcha.
Like, the only person who 2 people know that this is a thing, the owner and their office manager. No one else knows.
You can change the message to be whatever though. Like you could have them both be the same, but then the one doesn't get reported and the one does. And then they
Well,
have a
no,
way to
they're not
officially.
supposed to know that they're being monitored.
Well, yeah, but they wouldn't. All they would have is a button to say, "Hey, if you ever get spam, press this button. We can review it for you."
Well, no, that's what it is, they send it to us. They hit the
Yeah,
forward button and type in our email address.
yeah, but this one does the same thing, but it's a button. It makes them feel special. And if it is a fake one, then you don't have to do anything.
If we change their stuff, Nick, they freak the fuck out.
I did it, and most people figured it out.
You don't understand, Nick.
But then they have
Lawyers
fish
are
rip.
Lawyers are different people.
We had fish rip now, which doesn't rip. It's like,
It doesn't rip.
yeah, fish rip. I fucking purchased it thinking it was gonna rip shit out of people's inboxes, which it does, but it's more fish push. It pushes everything to a folder it creates called quarantine.
You know you can run commands that pull stuff out of people's inboxes.
Yeah, but I was hoping it could just like I could have an email come in, it read it with machine learning saying it's a threat, create a query, and then run that query against everyone's mailbox, and then if it's there, rip it out. That was what I was sold as. It's
Oh,
not what it fucking does.
we use a company I cannot say the name of that does stuff for us.
Yeah, we don't. I
But
don't want
what
a
we do
company.
is we use this company and they're like, "Hey, this got pushed out to everyone. We're going to pull it out, but it'll take up to like 20 minutes if you need to do it immediately. Here's a script. You just put in the like subject line and it destroys every email with that subject line like instantly. But you have to run it directly on the Exchange server.
Yeah, and then Exchange servers don't just have an easy way to block emails. You have to create a rule that just redirects it, basically, and it's just like.
Well, that's what this company we use this for does. Like,
So I have
so
this one blacklist rule that just has like 30 or 40 Gmails on it, and or other types of email, but like so
here,
annoying.
I can't tell you what it is. I'm not allowed to. But no, there are things out there, Nick, that do this. You don't want your Exchange server to take the load of that. There's other stuff you can use
We
that's
don't
web
have enough
based.
emails for it to matter. People don't even check
I
their
don't think
email.
the cost is that bad.
People don't even check their email. I send out so many emails. People are like, "What?"
Well, it's nice. This thing we have, it lets us do per client based, per domain. So let's say company A has 5 different domains and they need to have different rules set up for each domain. We can get that specific with it. But then we can also do overarching, like for the entire company to have a certain rule. It's really nice.
Man,
Um,
we have 2 domains going on right now, so I have to do everything like I have to do fully fledged domain names with everything. Fucking ass.
One really nice thing with this is copiers to scan to email. We can have them bounce off of this instead of doing an authentication against the internal email system. So it can be unauthenticated. It hits our system, and it scans the emails to make sure they're coming internally, and if they come from internal based IPs, they never actually hit the outside world. So it's really
Yeah,
nice.
I just had to set up a printer with authentication to like our no reply email we have set up, and that was just it was not taking it. It was just not. And that's all because
Yay,
I set up
printers.
a backup printer for whenever our other printers break, and they love the function scanned email. They can't live without it.
I forgot to turn on IPv4 in a copier once, and I'm like, why is this not working? Why can it not see the email system? And I spent like an hour, and I'm like, why is there this little tiny checkbox hidden below like the bottom of the page? And it's like enable internet, and I'm like, son of a beep.
I accidentally I like did an IP run just to make sure I wasn't going to use a static IP that was already assigned for a printer. Yeah, I chose another printer and I just fucked a bunch of shit up.
Do you
Oh,
not
great.
ping the IP that you're gonna go to?
It was the device was off. I did advanced IP scanner, so I got all the live ones, but like
Oh,
the printer
I was
wasn't on.
just I have a running text file for a lot of companies, and if I'm like, here's an IP I want to use, ping this IP, nothing back. All right, this copier is getting this IP.
I used an IP scanner on my network the other day, and it made my printer print something.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Try pinging your printer right now. See what it does.
I don't remember the IP address and what it is.
Yeah, IP
That'd be
scanners are
funny if
great.
Bruno's printer just prints when it's pinged. Hop on the
I
server.
I literally don't know what the deal was. It printed 3 pages of garbage. So I don't know. It was weird. I was trying to find free IP addresses on my network because I'm running out of ones that I can remember.
Just VLAN your network.
Because I want to break it even more.
Yeah. What's the worst?
There are a lot.
There's
Buy
things you don't
second
want to
IP.
do. There's things you don't want to do at home. That's just like one of them.
Yeah.
Buy a second IP, Bruno. I thought your
That doesn't
internet
fix
company.
my network.
No, I thought your internet company gives you two No, you can have them on completely separate networks. I thought your internet
Yeah.
company gave you a second public IP for free.
No.
Are you sure? Because when I was looking at getting them, I thought it was like a second IP for free was included.
I definitely don't think so.
Oh.
Might be able to get a second IVV6 IP address for free. But it's because they have them out. They can hand them out like candy nowadays.
Yeah.
Did you really want to set that up though?
What do you mean?
No, not at all. I mean, I could
I-
just DNS forward it. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
I don't know. The day IPv6 overtakes IPv4, I'm leaving IT.
Coming up soon then, probably.
I know.
I just want, like... I should have just made a 10 network. Instead of a 192.
I mean, they're the
And just
same
have a
thing.
shit ton. They are, but they really aren't.
Just do 192.168.2s and then start from there.
My problem is I need more addresses. I want, like, I think I have half of my DHCP filled out for my network.
That's only half. You got plenty.
192.168.2. Whatever.
That's
That
what I
is my
said.
network, actually.
Then do .3.
.4.
I don't want another network.
I
What?
think he's being difficult, Nick.
Yeah. 10 wouldn't have solved it. Then you'd have 10.0.1.
No, 10 being like millions of addresses instead of 200.
Oh, you mean a /10?
That's what I
Like
said. Do a VLAN.
That does not fix my problem.
But that's what you're proposing.
I thought you were
Switching
talking about
over my whole IP scheme?
Yeah. See, I was with Nick. I thought you were saying like do a 10.0.0.1. And I'm like, how does that fix the issue?
Like 10 dot and then whatever I want. Like put
Whatever.
all servers
Oh,
on
you want to
10.0.
go that high?
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to do like 10.1 is this server, 10.2 is this server.
No, like put all servers on 10.0.2.x and DHCP is 10.0.3.x.
That's what we're saying.
I don't see how a VLAN fixes that though.
No, we're saying if like you can do 192.168.3.x.
Okay, but I
Just-
still need to change my
You don't need
scheme.
But it would be the same if it was tens, though. Is what we're saying.
I guess.
It just doesn't as clean.
Yeah, like I have a company that for some weird reason did 137 as the first three numbers. It's like 13794. And I'm like, why? Why?
Like, what's the /16 default? I don't remember what it is.
/16 has like 65,000 addresses or some shit like that.
Yeah, I
I'm
forget what
remembering.
the default address is. Because I know /8 is 10.
Is that what a /8 is?
Yeah. I know there is one for /16, but I don't remember what it is. What the, like, standard. Because, like, those. There are no 10 public IP addresses, I don't think.
No.
Not gonna lie,
Slash-
I ignored most of my networking class.
You don't need it till you need it.
But by
Then
then
you
I'll
really
just
need
learn
it.
it again.
God, I-
/255.0.0.
No, Bruno, right there. Everything from 1.2.0.0 up to 1.2.255.255 is part of your address range.
I
That
understand
means you
that.
get the two sections in the 16.
I fully understand that aspect of networking. What I'm saying is, when you start talking about IP addresses, a /24, the commonly used starting IP address is 192.168. Something, usually being 1. 192.168.1 dot, and then you get that last chunk for your IP addresses.
Yeah.
When you do a /8, it's 10 dot, and then you have those 3 chunks. What I'm saying is there's a common /16 one because they're staying on IP addresses that are reserved. Like, those aren't WAN IP addresses. They don't get used over WAN.
I think that guy's saying it's the 255.255. Because 16 is reserved for subnet, it says.
No.
Yeah, he says it's usually used only for net mask.
Where?
I mean, that's what that one dude says.
Now I'm trying to understand where you're even looking.
I'm looking at your screen. The big ass comment in the center.
Yeah, for the net mask, because /16 is 255.255.0.0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what that guy's saying, at least. That's what.
Like
One-
that
one six-
equals 16.
Yeah.
I think it's 166.75. I think that's what you're looking for.
Is that what it is? I think
I think
so.
that's what you're looking for.
We're running out of numbers. Imagine if
No,
one
we
came up
have
with,
run out of numbers.
Imagine if nobody came up with the idea to have people with like separate networks internally. Like imagine if every device had a public IP address.
That was the plan initially.
I know, but I'm saying imagine if it still was like every device had like IPv10 address. at some
Yeah,
point.
and Comcast would charge you for every device that you ever hooked up.
I know. Smart TVs
Would
would
suck.
not exist, I think.
No, fucking the internet wouldn't exist. The only thing we can be happy about is that IVP6 only is going to matter on the public IP level. Other than that,
Yeah.
internal networks can stay IVP4 for a long time.
You just have to write down your number, and anytime your internet goes out, you tell your your ISP, this is my IPv6, it's broke.
Yeah, like you're never going to use it for
No,
anything else. Like 6 is
like-
good, but you're only going to use it for public.
Legacy hardware is going to suffer.
Why does
Legacy hardware that doesn't support IPv6, like copiers.
But
like unless
are
your
all gonna
network has
fucking
more than
shit the bed.
16 million addresses.
No, I'm saying like copiers have to hit, at least the copiers I've set up, have to hit external IP sometimes. Or you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
you have to put in an allow for an external IP. And they don't
Yeah,
support IPv6.
It's yes, that's where we're gonna run into issues. But
Like,
at that
those
point,
devices are
those
just
should
not gonna
probably
work
have been
anymore.
replaced already. To
why
be
do your
honest,
copiers have to hit the public IP?
because faxes.
Yeah. Like it's a certain function not every company needs, but some of them, the copier needs the public IP of your modem for some of the functions.
I think I don't
It's to
think any
keep
of
it
our,
separated from your internal network. Just have it bounced around outside. If it's just for like emails and you don't want it to ever touch anything internally. And fax lines, it is provided its own IP address to the outside world because it needs a phone
Not-
number. And most phone
not-
numbers are IPs now.
What if you use POTS lines?
We buy IPs by fours for most of our clients. So they get like
Not if-
4 IP addresses to the outside world.
Not if you have a bunch of POTS lines that you can plug into on your wall, then you don't need IP addresses.
Well, no, like something like a lot of security systems, I think, need their own public IP.
Not mine.
Is yours managed internally or is it managed externally though?
It connects to our switch and it just gets a DHCP, like internal address, and it just bounces off our public address. They also have a cell. They have a cell unit, but I don't know what's really going on with that, other than the fact that it's
It's probably
probably
just a
just
backup.
yeah. No,
How
Yeah.
many internal IPs do you have?
a lot. I don't know what our subnet is, but off the top of my head.
We have one company, we have to segregate their wireless for machines and for phones because they kept running into conflicts where like someone would bring in their phone and they normally didn't, and they would take the last available IP on the Wi-Fi.
That's an issue.
I mean,
Yeah, and then someone would come in with a laptop from the other office building and be like, I can't connect to the Wi-Fi. Why does it say it's connected but no internet?
Like, that's the kind of problem that I'm running into, that I want more addresses so that I can use easy to remember ones for shit. And
I mean,
I want more network slots.
we have a phone network. We have a wired, like just a wired VLAN. We have a Wi-Fi VLAN. We have a guest Wi-Fi VLAN. I think that's all the ones we have. I don't know what subnets they are underneath that, but what each one is /wise. But
Oh, another reason we do different public IPs is so if one of the different public IPs is down, we can say it's not our issue. So like if the public IP for the phone system goes down, we can say it's not our problem. You'd be surprised how many times Spectrum has reset IPs on us and not told us.
Like, this is all the devices on my network right now.
It's not that many, Bruno.
It's not that many.
Try and track down half your wireless ones. Wait, why is there one that says chair?
Because I got the electric chair, you know? Zach, you want to
Oh.
come sit in it?
Can I watch Netflix? It's got internet.
Yeah, dude.
Like I did an IP scan of my apartment. I saw wireless devices. I'm like, what the hell are these?
I mean, I could track mine down. I know what they are.
I have a Switch, one PC, two PC, three PC, TV, phone, a Switch that is managed, a printer.
Yeah,
Did I
ping
say
your
my
printer. See if it
Huh?
prints something.
Mine
Ping,
doesn't.
ping your printer.
My phone. I think I said my phone. The router obviously has its own IP. Oh, two smart outlets. I think that's everything. I don't. Oh, and my phone. I don't think anything else has any need for an IP.
I'm curious how
Nothing.
many IPs go through one cable at my house.
I have my router.
Coming
4
out of the
cables.
server, there's at least, I don't know, 6 IP addresses, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I have my router pushed out to 4 different cables. Although everything I have is gigabit, so like nothing gets. Every
Same
connection is
here.
gigabit internally, but my network speed's only 300, so nothing's ever fully saturated. Besides the network itself.
It's real nice, that gigabit transfer. You ever want to move something to the server? Or the NAS? Just bop, gigabit.
When all the work from home stuff started, people didn't understand why it was so slow with their VPN at home compared to the office. It's
I
like
wonder why.
your 10 megabit download speed is not a gigabit internal LAN, especially when you're running on Wi-Fi at home.
Yep.
Well, do you have anything else really to add?
Let us know
Really?
if you guys liked all the IT talk. How many of you were able to keep up?
Just understand that basically
My network's fucked because I fuck everything that I ever touch with computers.
a /24 is your standard network because you go from 0, or you go from like .1 to
0 to 254.
.1 to .254. 0 is the network
255.
address.
You can hit
And
255.
I
255
think
is a
most places
broadcast
save
address.
255 though, because
I thought that was the broadcast address by default.
yeah,
Network address is first, broadcast address is
you
last
can't
address.
use 0 and you can't use 255.
So it's 1 to 244, 254.
Yeah, and normally 1 goes to your gateway because 1 is normally your router.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's smaller than that, then you just get less IP addresses. If it's bigger than that, then it's just like 10.0.1.1 or 10.0.2. Blah.
You're in the 10.0.x.x.
Or 10.x.x.x.
Well, yeah, I was using like a slash.
Yeah, the /16
Like a
/24.
/23 could have been a thing. That's
Oh,
just like
fuck. I guess.
you have
I would never
technically
do
every
that,
slash.
but that would complicate the hell out of things.
What do you mean? Why?
Why wouldn't it?
The /23 has
It's like you get an extra bit, so what does that gain you? I guess it gains you a single digit in the third section of IP address.
it doubles it.
Yeah, you get one extra digit. Instead of a
Yes, you get double the
.1, you get
addresses.
.2 as well.
IP's big numbers.
10.0.0001.1.
What if we have a whole podcast in a binary?
Yes.
And we just talk
Boop,
in
boop.
ones and zeros the whole like
Boop, boop,
hour.
boop, 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 boop,
No,
boop,
not boop boop boops. Or we could do it in hexadecimal. We get more options with hex.
Can I just make a dial-up button on my Stream Deck? Would that make you guys happy?
No, I want you to say the full octet.
Okay. We'll say our names in hexadecimal next week. That'll be our fun activity.
Oh boy, I'm not ready.
Because that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later.